What's up, YouTube? Dark God back again. Day 15 of the October Horror Movie Challenge. Short day today. Only 2 films logged. Basically, I picked the DVD talk film of the day. Watch that one and watch another one. Those off of Netflix. I kind of been wanting to check out a film from a franchise that I actually kind of like for its cheesiness. Anyway, getting into it. First one I watched was Peeping Tom, 1960 classic. A lot of people like to credit it as the first slasher film because you see it from the killer's point of view. At least that's what they say in Scream 4. It's up there. It does have that kind of giallo feel to it. It kind of also has like a Hitchcock feel to it. I don't know if I'd go as far as to say like, it is a slasher film, but like, I don't know. I think a slasher films, I think it's something different. But I do think it's kind of a blend of all those giallo, Hitchcock, slasher, all rolled into one. It's wonderfully directed. Cinematography is beautiful in it. Everything works for it. It's a great film. For a film that's 58 years old, it really does hold together well. It has a cool concept with the voyeurism angle, which is a little... It feels out of place in the 60s. It kind of feels more in place now, or, in like past generation, basically. But it had to have been crazy in the 60s to see like how far they went with it and everything with the voyeurism and the killings and that. It, like I said, it holds up. It just, to me, just resonates as like if I didn't know that Hitchcock didn't direct it, if I had to guess, I would guess that he did direct it because it just has that feel to it. Like for me, in my opinion, a classic film in every aspect that you could think of. It's underrated in the sense that like it never gets the due that it is in horror films. Like it's just such a classic film, and you always hear people like skip over it. Like when you get to slashers, you always hear like of a Bava, Twitch of the Death Nerve and stuff, or the giallo films. You kind of always like lose out on Peeping Tom, but such a cool movie, pretty cool kills. Like creative for the time period and everything. Second film I watched, 7 out of 10 on that. Second film I watched was Tremors: A Cold Day in Hell. I love the Tremors series. Like the first Tremors movie, Fred Ward, Kevin Bacon. I love that film. As the series goes on, it gets a little wonky and everything. The last one prior to this was in Africa, and basically we're just getting what is it, Bert? I guess Bert and his random son that came along, and Jamie Kennedy. Is it Jamie Kennedy? Yeah, I think it's Jamie Kennedy. Star of Scream. It was a cool concept. Like when I saw the previews for this, I like the idea of it being in the Arctic, being in the snow and everything. Halfway through the film, it goes away. Like you're in a cold area, but it's mountains and there's no snow to be found. And I didn't really care for that. Like I thought it was going to be a whole thing in the Arctic, and that's a cool concept. Like how many great films take place in the Arctic? Thing right off the top of the bat. Perfect. So, I was kind of hoping that you get a lot of stuff of the Tremors going through the snow and everything. And you kind of took that locale out of it, and it made it just another Tremors, like, direct-to-video movie for sci-fi TV or something. And it just didn't have the same... none of the sequels have the same magic as the original. The original was like, lightning in a bottle, basically. But it does have its cool moments. A lot gorier than previous ones, I think. You get a lot more kills in it. It's a cool concept. Of like the corporation trying to want to preserve one of them, as opposed to everybody else just trying to kill it so it can't kill any more people. It's an okay film. For a Netflix film, if you want to kill an hour and a half, it's not bad and everything. I really wish that they stuck it out and went with the locale of the Arctic, or of snow, basically. You don't get too many horror movies in snow. Like you keep hearing that somebody wants to direct a Friday the 13th in snow, which would be amazing, but you just don't get too many horror movies like in the winter. You get the Cold Prey films, Thing. There's a couple others I can't think off the top of my head. So it would have just been cool to have another film in that aspect. That it just adds another dimension to the film, and it makes it cool. Plus, seeing the blood contrast against the white snow is always a cool visual. I wish we got that, but we really don't get it that much. 4 out of 10, I'd say, maybe 4.5 out of 10. It's okay addition to Tremors, but it just wasn't anything like special. So 2 films in, cranking along. This whole week is going to be slow. It's my last week of work before vacation, which is probably going to be a film or 2 a day. Till then, catch you on the flip side.